Hey everybody, hey everybody, hey everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It is a fabulous Monday. We are back once again. I know you probably missed me on last Monday. Well, hopefully you did. But anyway, I am back today. And I have a fabulous guest here in the lounge waiting to come and join me. So I hope that you are ready for all of this fabulousness that this diva is about to bring to us. Listen, why don't you do me a favor and tag, and share? Like, tag, and share. And we're getting ready to get started, but I just wanted to pop in and let you know we are ready, but we want you to be ready. We want you to call your friends, call your family, tell them to hop on real quick. They can join us on YouTube. They can join us on Twitter. They can join us right here in Facebook on Gwen Finley or Miss G's Ladies Lounge or even VIP Coaching and Consulting. We are in 5 places right now. So we want you to make sure and tell your family and friends to join us. We're looking for a fabulous conversation, a chat right here that it will be like no other that you have heard in a little while. So just come on and join us. We're coming right back. Okay, as promised, I'm right back. I told you I'd be right back. So listen, I've got my guest in the audience. I am Gwen Finley, Miss G, and you are in Miss G's Ladies Lounge. I guess you figured that out by now, right? So that's me, Miss G, Gwen Finley. I have a wonderful guest on today in the person of Donna Michelle Kittrell Franklin, otherwise known as DMochelle. And I want you to make sure that you listen, that you engage with us. You can drop some comments in the chat. If it's your first time, just hit us up over there and let us know it's your first time. And we're happy to have you here. I am getting ready to tell you just a little bit about her, and then I'm going to bring her in so she can tell us a little bit more about herself. But just hit that share button, share, share, share. All right, let's talk about DMochelle Fashions magazine and Donna Michelle Kittrell Franklin. Minister Donna Michelle Kittrell Franklin is the founder, CEO, and owner of DMochelle Fashions and DMochelle Fashion magazine. The impactful experience of her mother, family, and friends from various cancers ignited a God inspired passion in her spirit for the healing, recovery, and total restoration of those who have been diagnosed with breast cancer. And because she herself is a breast cancer survivor, her endeavors to help women from all occupations to recover their self esteem, as well as their inner beauty and outward appearance. Donna's background in retail with 10 years experience in management working for Victoria's Secret and Nordstrom as a specialist in bra fitting. She also worked for New York Presbyterian Hospital in the breast clinic. And her opportunity to work with and meet the needs of clients who had undergone a mastectomy was a heartfelt experience as she witnessed the pain and suffering of many, is the primary reason that DMochelle Fashions was founded in 2012. DMochelle Fashions specializes in designing custom, fashionable clothing for women who are breast cancer survivors who have undergone a mastectomy. And her brands include DMochelle Wear, DMochelle Fashion Magazine, Demo TV, DMochelle Women's Empowerment Events, and DMochelle Networking Events. She's not one to play around with. Okay, we her scripture that she has that sticks in her spirit says, "Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed." Isaiah 53, verse 4 and 5. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring her on in just a minute. We're going to be a little bit fancier today, so just indulge us for a moment as we bring her on the set. All right. We are going to bring in. Where are you? Are you there? All right, all right, all right. DMochelle is in the house. How you doing, DMochelle?
How you doing? God bless. How you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. I'm on this show with my good friend. I'm so honored to be here with a long time friend since we were teenagers. What?
Yes,
It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
yes.
And we're still alive and we're still here.
Still alive, still here.
Still
Teenagers
here.
was a long, long time ago,
Yes, and I'm so
but that's
glad to
all
be
right.
here. Thank you
We're
so
doing
much for inviting me on tonight. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
awesome, awesome. I'm so happy to have you here. And so we want to get started right away with the conversation because we have so much to talk about. And I'm so excited that you have, said yes, not just this time, but we've had you on the show before. And I'm so excited to see your progress and the things that God has done in your life from starting with just a magazine, and you've just gone into doing so many great things. And so let's just talk a little bit about that. Tell me first where your inspiration comes from.
God is my inspiration. The Lord is my inspiration because I mean, as you know, spiritually so is the Lord, and naturally so is my mother. Um, my mom was an icon to me, and still is. I can remember her getting dressed every day. I don't care where
Hmm.
she was going. She always dressed. If
Yes.
she was going to the bank, if she was going to the grocery store, if she was go wherever she was going, my mom was well put together, and so she's my inspiration, and that's why I am what I am today because of her. So,
Uh,
and then I had an auntie too. I just say, well, one more person, my auntie Catherine Griggs too. She is my
okay.
inspiration in fashion because, she was a fashion icon back in the day. She was Miss Hollywood to me. She comes from California and she had that Hollywood, California air, and she's like, this little, this little
Right,
laugh.
right.
They had this sort of way, and
Yeah.
I'll never forget the time she used to come and just be beautiful, just gorgeous. And
Awesome.
that was an icon to the whole family. But my mom is
Yeah.
my icon. She was my icon. She's my inspiration. Absolutely.
So yeah, and you and your sisters, and I'll talk about your sisters in just a moment.
Mm.
You all you all definitely followed in your mom's footsteps.
Yeah,
Um,
she was a
uh,
great
the
inspiration.
divas, the divas of New York, the divas of Brooklyn. Um, but and everybody, I remember your sister, I think, introduced me to down in fashion, what they call it, fashion street, whatever they call it
Oh,
down there. I don't
Fashion
know.
at 7th Avenue is called
Yes,
Fashion.
yes.
So
I
all
didn't.
down 7th Avenue was back in the day was
Right.
Fashion. It's not as so much today, but
Hmm.
you can find all the material down there, all the
Right.
fabrics, all everything that you want and need to pull together a fashion,
Hmm.
and as far as sewing and pulling together an outfit,
Right.
you definitely can catch it on Fashion Avenue down
Yeah,
on
and
34th Street.
they used to have where you can go in there and buy the suits and you buy certain
Oh yeah, they
amount
still
certain
have
amount of
that. They
money.
still
They
have
still
certain spots. Yeah,
yeah.
I have my little secret spots. I'm like, I only tell little people, little
Right,
girls.
right. Yeah,
I don't want
Jane.
nobody walking around with my stuff, but
I know, right? Yeah, Elder Jane. Yeah, she
uh-huh.
had introduced me to that. So I didn't go too often because my mom was also a dressmaker. So
Mhm.
she used to make a lot of my clothes. I miss
Yes.
her so much. Boy, now I have to pay for clothes. But if she
Yeah.
saw something and she liked it and she wanted to see how it was going to look, she would make
Mhm.
it for me, and it was just awesome. So we've
Mhm.
got some people that are hanging out here and they're hollering at us. So let's just say hello. Hello, Marie. We've got your big sister, Janet. She's here.
But
Hello, Janet. We've
what's up,
got
big
your
sis?
sister, Jane. The
Hey,
twins.
Jane.
Twins are here. The twins
The
are
twins
here.
of the divas back in the
Yes.
day. They still
Yes,
the divas.
we've even got your other sister, the hairstylist. Patty is here.
Oh
Patricia,
Lord.
Patty. Yeah, they're in the house. They're in the house. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Thank you, Elder Jane. The garment district.
Right.
We got some other New Yorkers joining us. Deborah DuPont, thank you for joining us. We've got Linda. She's not a New Yorker anymore, but she's here with us in Virginia.
All
But
right.
welcome. We've got Jasmine, another displaced New Yorker. The New Yorkers are in the house. Can you
The
give it
New
up for
York is in the house. All right.
New York is in the house. So yeah,
Yes.
we're so glad to have each and every one of you. You can share and let your friends know that we are on. We're just so happy to have each and every one of you joining us. So let's get to another question. Now, you said that was what inspired you to for the fashion, but what inspired you to actually go into doing a magazine?
Okay, so first it was me building, from breast cancer. I wanted to design clothes for breast cancer survivors before the magazine came in.
Hmm.
Um, I designed clothes for women that had gone through a double mastectomy. I just wanted to bless women. I wanted them to be very happy again because I worked in Victoria's Secrets and Nordstrom, and I seen the sadness on people's faces when I had to fit them for bras, and they were going through a double mastectomy. And I said, I just want to do something. And every time I go in there, I would help them. They would be crying. They so shame, and I just
Hmm.
felt the empathy of, and I sympathized with them and how they were feeling. And I wasn't even diagnosed with breast cancer at the time, but also working in the hospital with breast cancer patients, I was all around that. You know what I mean? And so I seen too much of it, and I just said, "What can I do?" And I
Hmm.
remember going to Donnie McClurkin's church, and he said one time, "Look at your hands and put your hand on your head and say, God, connect these two hands to my head and give me the
Hmm.
passion or give me the ideas that I need to help me to be what I need to do out in the world. What is it that you put my hands to do?" And that that's one of the things I wanted to do. I wanted to give back to those women that were going through breast cancer. And then my auntie, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I was like, it was just so much around me with breast cancer going on. And I, seen it in the hospital, worked with them in Nordstrom, and then I said, I want to make them feel good and look good. and build their self-esteem up. And I'm going to design some dresses. And I started researching to see if they were on the runways, and because I was into fashion already, fashion from
Mhm.
high school. But
Yeah.
when I seen it, then fashion was all around us. My sister,
Right.
my sisters, me,
Mhm.
all of us. We were just like fashion. And I said, you know what? Fashion is what make people. I only looked at it what it made me feel like. So what it
Mhm.
made me feel like, it made me feel good. And every time I put some clothes on, what we feel, we wake
Right.
up. It just wakes the body up. So I know that
Mhm.
this is one of the things that will wake up people in their slumber, in their sadness, and in their whatever they're going through. Is put on some bright colors, put on something pretty, make your face
Absolutely.
up, do your hair. Who you turn
Mhm.
to another person. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So
it's
this
true.
is my idea of making sure that these women look good, feel good about themselves, and fashion is one of the things that I know I can give back to women that were going through breast cancer, and so that's why I do what I do. And then as I did the fashion and was on the runway, and God blessed me and favored me out there in the industry with different people. And I met so many other people that were doing magazines. And I said, I could do that too. And that was
Right.
my business proposal. That was on one of my business proposals. And you said, write the vision and make it plain. I
Make
wrote
it
the
plain.
vision from everything that I wrote down as far as my business plan, everything came to fruition. So when you
Wow.
write the plan, you write the business, write the business proposal, it's going to come to pass. You just got to believe it.
Mhm.
Write it, leave it out there, and I start calling it. I just start sending it. I said,
Yeah.
God, I put it on Facebook. Now I ain't did nothing. I said, DMochelle's coming. Watch out for
Wow.
DMochelle. I start doing that, and I ain't did nothing yet. And it
That's
came
awesome.
to full wishing, in full, in the
Mhm.
fullness, and more is coming out. As I'm so
Yeah.
grateful to God that the magazine is helping women. I've done it for like 9 years now.
Mhm.
I started with DMochelle Fashion magazine, and
Mhm.
then um, so much fashion and other people's fashions came in industry and music and art. So fashion is all art. It's all about art,
Right. Right.
and art
Right.
is beauty. And so I
Mhm.
was just putting things out there to and be an inspiration and to inspire, everyone. I came up with another magazine. I said, let me separate the two. Let me do fashion and then do D Pink. And D Pink is the magazine, and it's all about breast cancer. And
Oh.
I started to set, and I put a little fashion and those dresses, and some of my girlfriends made dresses, and some of my peers made dresses that were for breast cancer. And we put that in the magazine for D Pink, and then got testimonies. We had testimonies that came from different variety of people that has gone through different trials and tribulations, and survived breast cancer.
Yeah.
And so that's where it went into D Pink's magazine. And I separate the fashion to that. That's why now I have two magazines. So I'm
Wow.
able
That's
to,
so
you know,
awesome.
but
Yeah.
that's just how the magazine came about. Hmm.
So are they digital or are they in print?
Yes, they're both digital and print. You can get a hard
Okay.
copy. You can order it. Matter of fact, the next one for this year is coming out tomorrow. My first
Oh,
one for this year, June, fashion.
mhm.
DMochelle's magazine will come out tomorrow. I'll have it out, and it's our spring summer magazine for the year, and then
Okay.
I'll make another one on fall and winter. I'm only going to do two because now it's. I'll tell you, we got something else to talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
later
yeah.
on.
We got more to talk about.
Yeah, God is
So
good. Let me tell you, things are happening.
yes, yes, yes. So what kind of successes have you personally had in the fashion industry?
Oh
Have
gosh,
you
wow.
done have you done modeling and different things and do you have your
Yeah,
sound on? Can you turn your sound off?
my sound.
Do you have another device on with sound?
No. Mm-mm.
No? Okay, I'm getting a little feedback. I don't know where it is. But
Let me
anyway,
turn
we're
it
gonna
down.
move
It's
on.
probably outside.
Okay, we're gonna move on. So do, have you done any like as a model yourself, or have you just been a designer yourself?
Well, I used to model. Even in high school, I modeled. Erasmus Hall is the
Hmm.
school I used to go to, and we had a fashion show every day.
Oh, wow.
So the Erasmus Hall, anybody can tell you, we did fashion. We was on the runway every time we walked down the hallway. We every day we were about coming into school, our hair neat, our clothing
Hmm.
ironed. We we were like dancers, fashion, and actors. And Rasmus Hall was all about that. We had fun when we went to school. And so that was one of the things and going into fashion, like you said, now I never stop modeling. I think when I go outside and I
Yeah.
leave my house, I'm modeling. When I go
That's
outside, I'm on the runway where I go. So I
right,
make sure
right.
every time I go out, I'm on
Yeah,
the runway. That's how come I'm always particular about what I wear when I go outside. I don't just put on anything, and I'm not going outside looking like anything. And so that's why I put on this here. And I couldn't find
I
another one.
see.
I said,
I
okay,
see.
when I wear
I
one
know,
side, you
folks.
turn to the page, you see this
Yeah,
side. And I lost the other one. I said, okay, when you turn, you see this side. Fashion
we're
is
gonna
fashion.
make a
Sometimes you just
statement.
put
We're
it
gonna make a
together.
statement.
You're just making a
Yeah,
statement. Exactly. So it
yes,
doesn't matter what, you just pull it together. And
right.
runway is every time you walk out that door.
Yeah,
And women
uh,
need to stay feminine, when you get ready to go
yeah,
outside, because a lot of people has lost it. They just don't care
absolutely.
how they look when they walk out the door. But no, ladies, you're supposed to keep it together. Every time you go to the store, every time. That's my mom when she went to the bank, when she went to the store, wherever she went, she was just fashion forward. Hair done in a
Mhm,
no. Mm-mm. So
mhm.
I do the same thing. I got it from her, so she started it in me. I can't help myself.
Elder James said, vintage style
Hmm.
out of the box. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Patty said that the school you were at the School of Performing Arts. Uh,
Erasmus Hall was, you
yeah,
might as well say that. Yeah,
yeah,
you might as well say that. And
mhm,
then I went to college for nursing, and that's when I got into the medical field. And so that's when I also was placed in the area of. I was grateful to be placed all over, working in the medical field, working with the medical. I'm sorry, with breast cancer patients,
right,
and then
right,
but you know what? I believe it was all God's doing, because
absolutely.
my life, the way my life went, was always wherever He had me to go. It was trailed for my future.
Mhm,
Didn't know that, working and working in the medical field, and then He was going to lead me to take care of women that was going through breast cancer, and then working in a hospital with them, and then working with Nordstrom, fitting bras with
mhm,
specialties, a special fitting
right.
for breast cancer women, and also working in Victoria's Secret, that's fitting bras,
Right.
and that's all I kept dealing with was people that with breasts,
And then dealing with it
so
yourself.
exactly. And then listen, I wasn't even diagnosed until I had already started everything.
Mhm, right.
I was working in Presbyterian Hospital, and I was just going through doing a magazine then, and
Mhm,
just doing some research in the hospitals too. They're probing, you know, um, how African American women are we able to have a lot of information about breast cancer. How is it,
right.
and how are we getting served as Black African Americans about the information on breast cancer? um,
Mhm,
are we getting the same thing what the others, you know what I mean, are getting? And that was my main thing, to do some research on that, and I wasn't getting any answers. And so
mhm,
that's when I became diagnosed with breast cancer. And then it's like He put me right in there. Let me tell you, the strength of God, the
mhm.
strength of
Yeah.
God, like I was working overnight shifts. Um, in Presbyterian Hospital, now diagnosed with breast cancer, and then going across the street to Sloan Memorial and getting radiation, and then going home. And I'm telling you, 12 shifts,
Mm.
12 straight shifts. God, it was only
Wow.
God. And I wasn't even thinking about myself. I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking about going in there and talking to women that was breast cancer survivors.
Right.
My
Right.
thing is like I'm a news reporter. How you doing? You going through breast cancer, but I just want
Yeah.
to, I was looking for models to come and do the runway to get in my
Mhm.
dresses in a place that I'm just born. I said that was on my mind. Me getting,
Mhm.
the radiation was far from my mind.
Right.
I was
Right.
just like, okay, I am what it is. And when I found out that I had breast cancer, I said, well, Lord, this is not of death. This is not. I'm not going to
Mhm.
die from this. I know that this is going
Mm.
to be a testimony, and I'm going to survive this. So I wasn't
Right.
even worried. I had to be touched by it. I've been around it. I'm talking about it. I'm an advocate for it. Now you got to be touched by it, and
Mhm.
I know what it is.
Right.
I caught it at an early stage, and that was my main thing. Catch it at an early stage, do your test, get it done early, and know your status. Just like it was HIV, know your status. That's right, breast
Mhm.
cancer,
Yeah.
colon cancer, whatever cancer, know
Mhm.
your status. Go
Right.
get your
Right.
checkup, fully checked up.
Right.
Don't be
On
afraid
a
to
regular
understand
basis.
what you're
Mhm.
going through, because there is supportive people that's out there, and I want to be
Mhm.
one of those supportive people. And so, yeah, that was my main thing.
And
Is it was very, very sad to me then. It was I was like in so much passion. My passion was like, I didn't care about myself. I didn't care
mhm.
about, what I was going through, until I thought about it
Right.
one day. I was like, you you just doing all this stuff, and you're not even, it didn't
Right.
even faze me. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? It's passion, because my auntie had just passed away, right, a full, like, a couple of months after I had the surgery. I think it was before I had the surgery or after.
Mhm.
And that was very hurt. That was my mother's closest sister. And they were
Uh,
like inseparable. Those two was inseparable. And to see her go, it was like the
right.
other half of my mother was gone. You know,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
loved her so. I still love all of them. They're all gone, but they left a legacy. That's all I'm
Right.
saying. They left a legacy, and I'm just grateful to what God has put in me. How He's used me to be the influencer in that area of fashion, and sharing information of breast cancer. Um, it all works together. It all is all working together, and it's changed my
Yeah.
life tremendously. I'm not the same like I used to be.
Mm.
People would think, but I'm not. I'm not the same like I used to be. Every year goes high. Every level goes higher and higher, and I've heard that in the preach word. You
Right.
should not be the same as you was years ago. You should not be the
Absolutely.
same as you was last year. And I'm not the same. Every time another year go by and another year go by, God is leveling me up and
Mhm.
taking me to other different levels of life. And
Right.
some people don't
But you
understand
had
that.
to work.
You
Yeah.
come on now. You got
You had
to
to work.
you got to put. You can't go ground and then go to the level up. No, you got
Right.
to put the work in there. And I
Mhm.
put the work. I was out there doing what I got to do, speaking to people, talking to people, networking,
Right.
network, network. Not being afraid to
Mhm.
talk, not being afraid to go out there and be who you are and
Yeah.
represent the Christ that's in you, that light that shines in darkness. And no
Right.
matter what the world is doing out there, I'm not afraid of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I'm not afraid to go out there and be who I am in the industry. And people say, "Oh, well, you don't know what I'm doing. Pray for me, because what I'm
Absolutely.
doing is a mission, and God,
Absolutely.
I know I've changed lives. When you
Mhm.
see if you're watching my shows, if you're
Mhm.
watching my shows that we'll talk about, you'll see the change in people, because it comes back in full circle. And those that you have helped is coming back to say, I'm gonna help you,
And
because you
Jesus
started
said,
me. You
yeah.
gave me a chance.
Right. Right. Jesus said, "I didn't come to save those that are already whole." He said, "Those that are already healed don't need the hospital, but it's the sick that need it."
That's
So
right.
that's what he said. That's why he said we have to go ye into all the world,
All the
not
world.
not just the places that we think looks churchy and looks good. So
People,
I want to ask you a
there's
question.
a lot of Christians that hide behind the doors of the church,
Right,
and they're
right,
not out there doing what God said do.
right. Yeah.
And God said, "Go out there to compel the souls." And when God said, when He said, "Send me," I said, "Send me, I'll go." I meant that from my heart, and I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't afraid to go
Right,
because when God has anointed you, you know the streets, you know the people, you can go
mm-hmm.
out there and know God at the same time, and not be able to change nor
Right,
compromise who you
right.
are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes the difference. Now if you're weak, stay at the
Stay
altar
in the
until you
church.
get strong. But if you're not strong, and
Absolutely.
then even sometimes I have to come back to the altar and say, God, renew my spirit. Am I in the right place? Don't think that for a
Absolutely.
minute that I'm not, I got it all straightened out and all good. No, but I went and He went with me, and He's given me mercy and He's given me grace every
Mm-hmm.
single time. So listen, my life is not my own.
I know.
That's all I
I
can
know
say.
that's right. So those of you that are watching, you may have seen where we had your sister Janet Kittrell Watts on, and she also had gone through breast
Breast
cancer. I
cancer.
want to ask you another question because someone is over here typing in the comments. So,
Okay.
um, so when you started out uh, doing the designing for the breast cancer survivors and all, um, you did the designs, but you had someone else doing the actual making the garments.
Right.
Um,
I had three different seamstress that
okay.
made the garments, and
And who
so
was
I
the first
selected.
one?
Because
Who
there's a
was the
lot of
first? Who,
designers. There's a
who
lot
was
of
the first
designers.
one?
I'm sorry.
Who was the first seamstress?
Her name is. I had two people. Well, my first two seamstress. Oh God, what is her name? Lord
Oh,
have mercy.
you better get
One.
this right. If
Oh
I
my
put
God.
this up on the screen, you better get this right.
Oh my God. It was my sister was one.
There you
Janet
go.
Trout.
There
Janet was
you
right.
go.
And
I
I
ain't
would
want to
say
put
no,
this up
but
until you say that.
what's her name? Miss Bernard. Her name is Miss Bernard. She did four
Okay.
dresses. She was my great one of my seamstress, and I started with her first. We cut the patterns. I'm gonna talk about my sister. I didn't forget her. But Lord have mercy, she'll have a fit. She probably over
I
there
know.
crying now.
That's what I ain't
Let
want
me
to put
get a
that up.
chance to get it out. My God. But I got to give it to Miss Bernard first because she did four dresses and she did the patterns and she gave me the patterns. We drawed it out and sketched it and did all of that, and she did it the way I wanted to do it and made the patterns at the same time. My
Wow.
sister, yeah, she did a phenomenal. She did like the real, like the drapings and whatnot, and the different materials, with the poof in the back. Um,
Mhm.
she did an excellent job.
We know that she is a great seamstress. We
Who?
already know that. Your sister.
Oh
She
yeah,
can
Janet.
make.
Now I want to talk about Janet. Now we talk about Janet. My God, Janet Watts. Janet Watts, yes, and I appreciate Janet because Janet also did. She did three dresses of mine, and they were gorgeous, beautiful. They were like one of my main front dresses. They were the silk dresses, green, beautiful green, and the lime green and pink that represent breast cancer, the two tone
Okay.
colors, and then I was a red with a jacket that the fan just come up like a fan. It was I mean, amazing. And of course, my sister used to sew for us when we were kids, when we
Right.
were children. Mommy was the sewer, and then Janet was the sewer. I remember we used to take up economics in school, and she took on and she just continued to do it. And plus, my mother helped her, and she became the seamstress in the family, her and my mother. And so
Right.
every time we had Christmas and Easter, we would get our dresses made by my sister Janet and my mother. And so, yeah, we didn't have to worry about Christmas and Easter. When it's Easter time or Christmas, we had our outfits done. We already
Right.
knew and whatnot. So, Janet definitely helped me to make outfits for the runway and
Awesome.
for the breast cancer survivors. And then she was diagnosed with breast cancer as well. And so, yeah, she's a survivor. I think
Yeah.
3 years now, 2 or 3 years. She's a
Yeah, we
survivor.
had her on here,
Yeah.
and we had a great show with her.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm not moving past that, but she did say she never said anything. It wasn't her. Jane
What?
posted it. She didn't say anything
Oh,
about her calling her name. Jane posted it,
oh,
so I
her
didn't want
twin.
to post.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't
one
want
twin is going to defend the other twin. Listen, I
to.
live with these.
Absolutely
I live with these women, and I know my sisters. Okay, so
right.
if that one
But I
ain't
didn't
say
want to
nothing,
post
the
the
other one is
comment
going to
until you
defend for
said
the
it.
other. And I'm next to the twin, so I get the flack all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
and of course, Jane, as we said, was not the seamstress, but she was a model. Me too, Jane. My mother
Jane
and
was a
my
diva.
sister,
Jane and
yeah,
Janet was the divas back in
my
the
mother
day.
and my sister would sew, but I did not want to learn how to sew. I just wanted to wear the clothes. That was good
Oh
enough for
yeah,
me.
Jane was Miss Hollywood too. Come
Absolutely, absolutely.
still is with her 62 years old. So
Wait a minute now, don't talk about it. No,
she's still
she is
looking at, she still
definitely the
got it
diva.
together. Listen,
Definitely the diva.
still
So
got it
let's
together.
get into, because I don't want everybody to leave before we start talking about this next thing that you got into after the magazines. You got into TV. Tell us about that.
A blessing. Another, God connects the dots. God connects you with different people. Like one thing leads to another. Like I said, you have to level up. And this year, I didn't know. He's like, he always, excuse me, always blows my mind going to the next level. I said, okay, what is it this year that you're going to do, Lord? Because I'm looking. I know
Right.
you did this, that last year, the year before. Okay, so what is it this year? And I happened to be in the right place at the right time when the Zoom was going on, and Miss Liz Black, big up to
Okay.
Liz Black,
Yeah.
WBLS.
Yeah. Liz Black.
I had her on my cover at one time too. She was on DMochelle Fashion magazine, and we
Wow.
gave her a big celebration for her achievement in becoming a Stella Award winner for the radio. And
Okay.
yes, so we came to her engagement, and we had a wonderful time. And I just put her on my cover, and so didn't know that later on, a couple of years down the line, here it is. That was back in 2007. I should have had my magazine right here with her cover, um, and I got it right here in the house too. But I was on the Zoom with a friend that has that's on TV. Liz just came up this year and put she's in radio, but now she's doing a full thing of TV on
Wow.
Roku TV, and it's inspirational living network. The inspiration, I'm sorry, Inspired Living Network.
Okay.
Inspired Living Network is Liz Black, and I'm a part of that now.
Wow.
My friend Robert Williams, um, he is also one that I was able to sit in and see what he was doing. And then I said, well, I could do that. And happened to be on the Zoom at that night. And I just told her, I said, I want in. And
Okay.
here I am. And I didn't, Some people say I gotta pray about it. I gotta pray, but that thing dropped in my spirit. Said, no, I could do that.
Right.
Inspired. That's it right there. Roku TV, and now it's on Amazon Fire, and we have our
Wow.
own app. Yeah, you can
Oh,
go on
wow.
your app on your phone, and you can download the app. So, and then it
Okay.
has demand. Like last Friday, played my I'm on every Friday. First of all, I'm on every Friday at 8 o'clock, and then on demand. If you missed it that day, it's on demand, and you could play it continuously for the next 48 hours. And
Oh,
so,
okay.
right now, Robert Williams, he is on on his station right now. His is Shepherds Feeding Shepherds, and so he has other pastors, chiming in, and they're talking about feeding each other throughout this pandemic. And so, that's just give him a little shout out because he
Yeah.
brought me in.
Oh,
But
right,
yeah,
right.
I thank
Absolutely.
God for this. I thank God for the
Yeah.
opportunity. It was and now I'm doing DMochelle Entertainment and Fashion. And Liz was like so happy. She said, Donna, you gonna bring fashion to our network? I was like, yes, Liz, I'm gonna bring it. She said, bring
I
it
know that's
on.
right.
I love her
Bring
energy.
it on. Yeah, yeah.
Liz
So,
has such a great energy. Her personality is just like fire, and that's why she got that Stella Award winning radio station, because she get on there, she make you laugh, she prays,
um,
she's just fire, she's a fireball. And I'm just I'm so honored to be on there. And I've been on there for a month now, and I've had designers come on, and they talk about um, how they began and how they started. Don't let me do all the talking, Glenn. I know
it's, I mean, that's you're here to tell us about your stuff.
Okay,
What,
so
let me ask,
if it's
so what
okay,
is your, yeah, what is your target audience?
my target audience, I have a target audience. Well, actually, there's no target audience. Everybody is welcome to come in, and I give it so that it's from children to adults and to
Hmm.
older ages.
Okay.
It's entertainment, it's fashion, it's art, it's music, it's some of
Hmm.
everything. So that's I was just saying to my friend, it's such a blessing that you are able to. It's better than a magazine to me,
Right.
because I'm able to express and put people
Hmm.
live on there, and they can really get on. Like I'm talking now, they can
Hmm.
talk about however they feel and however way they want to feel, about what they do, and inspire other people
Right.
to want to do the same, that maybe wants to be a designer, maybe wants to play music or learn rap. I have rappers, I have gospel rappers, just taped this past weekend. And one of the models that was in the fashion show that I had, and also in my cover magazine, he's a writer and a producer for 4 films, and I just
Wow.
interviewed him, and I'm so proud of him. I'm like, oh my God. So
Yeah.
everybody that I'm bringing on my shows, I have already helped them in my magazine. And when I put them in my magazine, or had them in my magazine, um, it opened up a lot of doors.
That's so
And so
awesome.
they're
That's
so
awesome.
grateful. And so now I'm opening up another door. Come on in.
Right, right. So
Come on in.
how does someone get to be a guest on your show?
So what I do is I can leave you my email. They can email me. And also, if they are designers now, I don't just put everybody on my show. You have to be professional. Okay. You have to have photos of what, you have to have a bio. You have to, been out there for a while, doing what you do, and show the history of how successful you are. And then we would love to tell your story. Give us a story, get out there, get your foot wet, um, do your thing, and then we will, and even if you're really good and haven't even had a chance and you can still send me your information. And
Right.
if you're really good, I'll definitely
Mhm.
put you out there. I've been in this
Yeah.
industry on the runway, on the fashion shows, invited to big, invited to
That's all right. That's virtual live.
okay, that's funny. I've been on a lot of different platforms, so I know what fashion looks like. I know what the world, of fashion is. So you can trust my judgment. And I'm not going to hurt anyone. I will only tell them and encourage them to
Right.
to go back to the drawing board and try it again. Don't stop. Never stop what you're doing, but try to do a little bit better or
Mhm.
keep at it until you get
Right.
better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But never
Yeah.
discourage anyone of not doing what they
Right.
are trying to do in the world. Because listen, we all going to fumble and fall until we get it right. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Right. Right.
So yeah, they can contact me at my email DMochelle at Gmail or dpink.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Pink Demo.
D. Yeah, it's on the
I
screen.
have so many emails, let me tell you.
It's on the
Woo.
screen.
Pink Demo. It's like DMO at gmail.com. It's right on the screen. So they
Yeah.
can reach me there. And we always like to, and you know what I want to do when is I want to invite more of the Christian. Um, this is an open door to Christian designers. I have so many outside of the Christian and this couture. It's um, everyday wear. It's just whatever the urban wear, the hip hop wear. I just love fashion. So if anything that you have that you want to share in
Right.
this radio, I mean not radio, but TV, Demo Entertainment and Fashion TV, we are open. I need more of our Christian women. This is an opportunity, and this is a Christian station.
Right.
Liz is a Christian. Inspired Living Network is a Christian station, not station, but TV network, and it's real
Right.
TV. And it's shown to over 50 million people are watching this.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, Deidre
So
Cadden has a space.
really.
Ty Tribbett has a space. All
Wow.
the celebrity entrepreneurs that's out there,
Right.
they have a slot in the same Inspired Living Network. So I'm not
Mhm.
just secular. I'm
Right.
Christian,
Right.
and I want to put more
Mm.
Christians. I'm opening up a door for Christian designers to come and show your goods on my fashion show. And believe
Mm.
me, if you watch what I do, you'll love. We have a good time. Every time we go in there and do a taping, it's like the love of God is in there. And it's so
Mhm.
inspiring because everybody's inspiring one another. And I'm just loving what God is doing.
So they would have to come to New York to do the taping.
No, not really. Now, if they're in a different state,
Hmm.
sometime I go out there. I've gone to Florida.
Oh,
I'm going to
wow.
Texas. I've gone to California, and I could come out there
We're
and I
gonna
could
have to
take
get
you.
you to Richmond, Virginia. I
Listen,
got a
I
few
live in
people out here.
Virginia. Wherever you want me to come, I come. Hmm.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would
Yes,
be
and
awesome.
we'll tape it live. We
Yeah.
make the way and we there. We
You
can
ain't said nothing
interview.
but a word, honey.
You
You
ain't said
know
nothing
me.
but a word. No, I am
Nothing but a
there.
word.
And we would be inspired to do that. Even not just for designers, but for musicians and for singers and for any talent that's out there. We doing entertainment as well. So it's not just fashion; it's talent,
Uh-oh.
it's entertainment.
Throw together.
Also, wait a minute, hairstylist. If you're a hairstylist, we're coming through
Hairstylist.
for hair. If you're a
Come on,
makeup
y'all.
artist,
Come on, y'all. I got a whole lot of friends out there. Come on, y'all. Come on now.
come on.
I
If you
got
want, listen,
out
just
here.
line up your people, get them
Let's
hairs
do it.
done,
Let's do it.
and we'll
Hit
do a
me up
show
if
on
you
your
want to do
hair.
it.
We'll do
I'm not
shows on
playing. I am not playing. If y'all want to do this, you inbox me, you text me if you have my number. Let's do this. Let's do. I can see it happening. I can see it happening, and I can see
yes.
it being.
If you
Something
have
great.
jewelry, you're a
Yeah.
jewelry designer.
Come on now.
Designers is not just clothing.
Right.
Designers
Right.
is shoes, it's coats, it's clothing. Like natural clothes you wear, jewelry, glasses, hair, fashion. That's all fashion. It's all
Okay. All
fashion.
right. All right. She said,
That's all I'm
Jasmine
saying.
told me to add her to the list. Come on, Jasmine. Come on, Jasmine. We got you. We got you.
Yes,
She's a go getter. So I already know if she's saying it, she's going to do it. I don't have to worry
yes,
about it. I know she
yes.
sells some awesome candles and other products. She
Nice.
does, that she makes. She does some great, I mean, awesome things. And so I know she's working on, like she said, she's rebranding and doing some new things. So yeah, all right, Jasmine, I got you.
And now
So,
in your town, if y'all put like if they put a concert together, and if you're
hmm,
having a concert, you want us to come and
right.
view your concert. We will come, and oh Lord, everything is just turned off on me. You're trying to put me in the dark. Anyways,
Well, we're gonna wrap it up. I just have two more questions for you. Number one, are you still designing and working with the breast cancer survivors now? I know you're doing the magazine.
I what I'm doing right now is give me 1 second. Let me put this light back on.
Sure.
The technical difficulties here.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay. It happens.
Okay. All right. So what I'm doing right now, I've taken a break away from doing the designs right now. That
Hmm.
is coming back. I'm going to do New York Fashion Week in February, and I'll
Oh,
have probably a new line of the DMochelle clothing going down the line of 2022 in February, New York Fashion Week.
aw-
So that's the plan.
what about makeup artists? Can we add them to
Makeup
the lineup?
artists. We
Yeah.
love to have makeup artists. Makeup artists, definitely. If you are good with showing a tutorial of making up how you do faces and whatnot, how you do different looks, because there's always the drastic, then there's the natural, and we would love to show, and you could teach people on the TV show how to wear makeup, how to apply
Right.
makeup, as well as facial taking care of the face, as well.
Okay. That's awesome.
Beauty.
And
Hmm.
so I know you got so many things going on. You don't have to tell us everything, but do you have more things up your sleeve? Are you embarking
I
on
just said
something
that.
new?
Okay, so the new thing is me coming out in February. That's the
Okay.
for 2020. That's the blessing that I'm speaking with faith that God will
Mhm.
give me a manufacturer
All right.
to have dresses made by bulk and not
Okay.
just on a runway. So
All
that's
right.
where I'm at. And you know what? The connection is already pulled together. So I ain't even worry. God is just
I
doing
know
stuff,
that's right. He is.
And just
He
like I
is
called it
awesome.
out from before, I'm calling it out
Right.
again. And
All right.
this too shall come, and it
Well,
will.
touch,
Anything that I
we are
call
all
to.
agreeing.
All right, Amen. I
We are all
believe.
agreeing with you.
Hmm.
Can I get some folks in the chat that's touching agreeing? Just go on and say we touch and agree. We touch and agree. Come on, type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Listen, I really have enjoyed speaking with you on today. I'm looking forward to seeing everything that God has put in your hands because I know there's so much more to come. I got some fabric here. I might need to see if I can call your sister.
Yes, call Janet. Uh, I
She
think
said,
she's
"Well,
still
I'm
sewing.
assuming it's already done." Yeah, I need to call somebody. I got some fabric that I had, and my sister sews too. So I just got to get her motivated. So
It's
if she
beautiful
wants
to have
to
someone in your
get
family that know how to sew.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She's made. Oh, there she is. She just popped on there. We touched and agree. Thank you, sister. Yeah, yeah. So she's another great seamstress, and she's got such great anointed hands to do some things. And so I'm praying that all that, thank you, Deacon Diane, has she's touching and agreeing, and we believe God
Thank
for
you,
you.
thank you. Y'all pray for me.
You.
Y'all
Yeah,
pray for me.
absolutely,
You
absolutely.
know,
So
when
I
you in the when you're out in the industry, you definitely need to be covered. And I'm
right,
covered, but I'm just like all the prayers of the
absolutely.
righteous, makes much
Yeah,
available, and it just does a
everywhere
lot
we
of
go.
different things. And so just
Yeah,
keep me in your
everywhere.
prayers. Hmm.
We need him everywhere we go. We need him.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. I was looking at something at work uh, last week, and I was like, yeah, I need God here. So, we just got to pray for his covering, and we got to pray with one another and for one another. So
That's
I really appreciate you on today. I'm going to
I
pop up.
appreciate you bringing me on. I
Listen,
appreciate it.
it has been fabulous. I'm going to pop up your video one more time because I want people to see some of those designs that designers that you have that are showcasing their stuff on your
Oh, it's beautiful, gorgeous.
yeah. And so it's just a short little quick little video, but we're gonna pop it up. Let me see if I can do this right again now. You know.
Can I tell them where they can go and look at also to
Yes.
find the TV show, not just Roku, but they definitely pull up the app, and you can go on there tonight and look at the on demand for DMochelle Entertainment and Fashion, and you can see our last week show
Okay. DMochelle Entertainment and Fashion. And you
on
said
the
it's on
Inspired,
Amazon Fire Stick and Roku TV.
right, Inspired Living Network. That's what it's called.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys, listen, we're so happy that Michelle has joined us. And so I'm going to share her video one more time just so that you can see some of the things that she's been working with here. All right, let's see. All right, listen, listen, listen. I'm excited. I'm excited. And so I can't wait to collaborate with you, even coming to Virginia. I believe that that is going to happen. I believe it's going to
Yes,
happen.
I believe it too.
And, hopefully we can get you and you're not so taken by all the stars and all the but God is good. He always looks out for his people. So
He does. He
um,
does.
thank you again for coming, and I'm looking forward to, as I said, seeing what's coming next. Your sister shouting you out again. So
Who is
thank you so
that? Which
much,
one?
Janet.
Oh, Janet,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
thank you, thank you. They've
Thank you,
been
big
chiming
sis.
in and they've been chatting. Thank you, sisters, for joining. Thank you,
Thank you.
family and friends, and everyone who has joined us. And we look forward to seeing you again real soon.
Oh, I would love it. I would love it. Thank you so
Also,
much. Love
thank
you,
you.
Gwen. I
Love
appreciate
you
you. You
too.
put a moon it back.
All right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys, there you have it. We have had a great time talking to DMochelle, Donna Michelle Kittrell. You got to remember that Kittrell. Those Kittrell sisters are bad. I'm telling you. We've had Elder Jane Kittrell on here. We've had Janet on here as well, talking about their different things that they've been dealing with. But God is so good, and we've had the opportunity to have Donna on with us on today. So we've got more space. If you want to be a guest on my show, why don't you just send me a message? You can inbox me. You can actually go to my new website also, and you can send me a message and let me know that you'd like to be there. My new website is simply gwenfinley.org. I guess I should type that in so that you guys can see that. It's a brand new website. I haven't really put it out there a whole lot. I should. I don't know why I haven't. But hey, just go over there and check it out. All right, and you can send me a message, and I would love to have you on my show. Again, thank you for joining me on today, and I look forward to seeing you again on next week. I hope you had a wonderful Memorial Day celebration, remembering those who have gone on and fought for our freedom and for our lives, but also memorializing them. I was listening. I just want to say this real quick. I was listening to I was looking at some comments from people fussing at our Vice President Kamala Harris, and also some other people. I think Damon Johns had put out something saying Happy Memorial Day, and people were upset about it. Did you know that you don't have to be sad to memorialize someone? We can remember people, and we can remember the good things that they've done. We can be happy about their lives, the things that they impressed in our hearts. So happy Memorial Day. It's not always a bad thing. Those people that fought for us, they were good, great soldiers, and we are happy to have had them in our lives. So happy Memorial Day. And we pray for those families that have lost loved ones, but we are also happy to know that we had some great people that walked among us. All right, love you all. Have a good night. I will see you again on next week. Don't forget, God loves you, and so do I.